The first sign that a big story is important is when those concerned, especially government officials, denounce the story. If the story touches on something that they do not want you to know about, they will threaten to sue the newspaper or the online platform that published it. That's the first thing. But when a big story does not get denounced or get any pushback or even threat of lawsuits, you know that something is fishy. Something is fishy. More importantly, when other media houses do not pick it up, such a big story, it tells you that we are in serious trouble. I'm talking about $800 million trouble. Listen to the story. So in 2015, over 100 million barrels of crude oil illegally shipped from Nigeria were found in tank farms in China. 100 million barrels of crude oil. Now, according to pointblanknews.com, high-ranking members of Buhari's government came together and sold 100 million barrels of crude oil for $800 million. Are you not surprised? $800 million. And guess what? They shared the money. I know what you are thinking. Pointblanknews.com. Whoopee. Jackson Ude. Whoopee. But hold on. Look at the evidence. These are documents of a lawsuit filed by a company called SAMANO in Mexico. Yeah, in the document, the company is demanding the payment of 5% of the proceeds from the sale of that crude oil. Something they agreed with the president's men. Oh yeah, amongst Buhari's men were the late chief of staff, Malam Abba Kyari, the late general manager, Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, Maikanti Baru, Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Abubakar Malami, Minister for Power, Maman Saleh, as well as the current GMD of NNPC, Mele Kairi. Yeah, others are the sacked acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ibrahim Magu, Air Commodore Mohammed Omar, retired, and the former Director General of State Security Services, Malam Lawal Daura. Oh yeah, these are the president's men. So, the Mexican company was the one that alerted the president's men of the existence of this Nigerian crude oil in tank farms in China. The deal was called China Deal, and it was supposed to be secret, top secret. Now, here is the details of the story. Several vessels of crude oil left Nigeria for China in 2015, before the election. By the time the vessels got to China, there was a new government in Nigeria. And all the oil buyers were reluctant to go ahead and buy. You know, they wanted to see what's going on. So the crude oil was discharged and dumped in tank farms in China. Then enters SAMANO. They found Nigeria's 48 million barrels of crude oil abandoned in China. And they reached out to the Nigerian government. Once alerted, the Nigerian government officials went into action. You know, they were interested in getting their hands on the oil. But SAMANO refused to give the government details without a deal. Smart people, you know, they're smart. So in August of 2016, Maman Saleh, the current Nigeria's Minister of Power, used his company, Northern Oil and Gas Services, to invite to Nigeria these Mexican company officials to meet government officials in Nigeria to discuss this matter, you know? So SAMANO's people arrived in Nigeria and met with Nigerian officials at the Abuja home of Air Commodore Omar, a close ally of President Buhari. At the meeting, the president's men assured SAMANO's team that they will get 5% of the value of the 48 million barrels when sold. Oh yeah. Now, according to pointblanknews.com, after the meeting and with Buhari's approval, Umar and other members of the cabal, including Kairi, the then GGM of the crude in NNPC, set out to locate the crude oil. They went to China. In China, Umar and Kairi connived with others in Nigeria to declare the information a hoax. They swore that there was no Nigerian crude oil in tank farms in China. Nothing like that. Oh, hush puppy. Hush puppy. Do you see how it's done? Do you see how it is done, hush puppy? None the nonsense you did. So, when SAMANO's team returned to Mexico, they got intelligence from China that the oil had been sold. These are all in the sworn affidavit that we showed you here. Nigerian government officials sold the oil between October and November 2015. In the affidavit, SAMANO said that they confronted Nigerian government officials about their own share of the sale of the crude oil. The president's men rebuffed them, and some of SAMANO's people were blackmailed, arrested, and locked up in Nigeria. Oh, typical, typical. Does anything surprise you in the story so far at this point? No. Typical. Anyway, quoting pointblanknews.com, they said, and I quote, the affidavit alleged that the GMD of NNPC, Mr. Kairi, had told SAMANO's representatives via WhatsApp chat, which they have, that the late Abakera and Omar had taken advantage of the information they provided and sold off the crude, and that they should forget about the deal. They promised them, however, to make things up for them. You know what I mean? Make it up for you. Maybe give you your block or something. Again, typical Nigerian deal. Hush puppy. We'll be proud of these guys. I'm telling you, we'll be proud. Now, still from Point Blank News, a very reliable source told the newspaper that after the sale, Nigerian officials shared the proceeds and told President Buhari that the buyers were not willing to buy the crude oil because it had no DNA. Obi Invictus, come and learn how it is done. Nonsense. Meanwhile, the report said that Nigerian officials found an additional 52 million barrels of our crude oil in China, making it over 100 million barrels. Can you imagine that? 100 million. Now you may know why they do not really want the Zani, Alice Madeke, to come back and answer questions in Nigeria. She may say a few things about some millions of barrels of crude oil that she was not supposed to say. You know, crude oil that they sent to China when she was minister. She may say a few things about that. So they don't really want her to come back. 100 million barrels. Now, at Mbuka Market, where they sell auction, buy one, get one free, ringing the bell. But the present men, they sold 100 million barrels of crude oil for $800 million, which is like $8 a barrel. Can you imagine that? Which is, Mbuka is one, buy one, take one free. That's basically what they did. Now, the company, SAMANO, is planning to sue Nigeria in London after this pandemic is over. They did not trust the Nigerian judiciary to sue in Nigeria. And they went to Mexican court, and the court in Mexico said, no, we don't have jurisdiction. We can't handle the case. $800 million. It's more than the money that the federal government of Nigeria has given to NDDC since in the last 10 years. It's more than that. That is what 7 people stole and shared and put in their pockets and pretended as if nothing happened. Why wouldn't they steal when there is no consequences for stealing? Why? That's why they steal. There's no consequences. Nobody pays any price. Why? If you live in the US, in the UK, Canada, Italy, Ireland, and Spain, and you send money to Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Tanzania, or Uganda, you should download SendWave on your phone. It's easy. SendWave is safe, secure, reliable, fast, and more importantly, it is fee-free. Absolutely no fees for your first transaction. Use the promo code DOCTOR and SendWave will add $5 or €5 or £5 to the money you are sending. Dash, just because you know Dr. Damages. What are you waiting for? Here is how.